I believe that's all we can do for Redcliffe to prepare for this attack. We've helped out everyone we can and looted the place properly. Of course, I see something shiny over here. So all that's left for us now is to talk to Perth or Murdoch. Get this started.
Mother Hannah's amulets have greatly bolstered my men's confidence. You couldn't have armed us with any better than our faith in the Maker. No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. Ask me whatever you wish. You know about as much as I do. I returned a day before the attacks began, having heard strange rumors about the abandoned castle. I was the only knight to survive the first attack. Since then, I found others returning from the Arlessa's quest. Until we get to the source of this evil, though, I do not think it will stop, and I don't believe we will be enough. When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, Arlessa Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here. As you wish. I distributed Mother Hannah's amulets to the other knights. It is encouraging to think the Maker watches over us in our hour of need. We retrieved more oil from the village store. It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands. There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned... Good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
They're coming! Get to your positions! Make ready!
Alright, so I don't know if you properly call this a zombie apocalypse, but they're coming out of the green mist and they're undead walking. And, yeah, sure enough, maybe they're not biting you, but the ones that they kill turn into more zombies to come back and attack next time. So that's zombie enough for me. I think the mist is a reference to Night of the Living Dead, if I'm not mistaken. But, anyway, I don't know if these amulets help the knights, their stats. There's no way that I know of that I can check in console. PC guys, maybe, if you can look into what these amulets do for them. I'm assuming it raises their offense or defense to some extent or something. I don't know. They don't need near as much help as the villagers down below, though. In fact, I wouldn't mind having some of this fiery oil down there also. That would be nice. It's cool, my defense is high enough now where I can handle these minions. These low-level enemies, they're not much of a problem. Mages still give me the blues, but these guys right here, they can rarely, if ever, hit me, and it's just going to get better. There's actually one particular skill that I will pick later, an ability, that raises my overall defense quite a bit. It's essentially an activated thing, and so that, combined with haste, you'll notice every once in a while, I do my little double dagger sweep, you know? I'll do that, but other than that, I really don't have any activated abilities to suck on stamina. Stamina pool is essentially to keep my sustained abilities going, and right now that's basically haste, which isn't active at this particular moment, but keep that going, especially when fights get hairy, and end things pretty quickly. But you'll see very little pausing. There's some much earlier on because there's really not too many abilities to work with. Just trying to get the party to half-ass do their job. But now, as we gain more tactic slots, and I can control my party a little bit better to all do their job, you notice enemies getting paralyzed, you know, and things like that. Give the mages certain abilities to kind of control the battlefield a little bit. It's nice to play a rogue in that you have the luxury of bringing along 2 mages along with your tank and having a, I think, a little more effective party than, say, having a 2 warriors and a rogue and 1 mage. I think this 1 warrior, 1 rogue, and 2 mage setup is, for the most part, the most effective, because mages can do work. Most definitely. Alright, so we have some higher levels zombies, and we just have a whole lot more of them down here. And like I say, these civilians down here, they're not near as prepared to fight these guys as the knights were above. My problem is, I'll be over here on one side, busy with a zombie, and if you'll sneak in somewhere else and mob one of these citizens here, and that's it. They can kill him pretty quick, especially when 3 or 4 of them get on the same person. Now, there's a reward for keeping at least all of the essential NPCs alive, like Lloyd, Murdoch, and all that. So, usually I don't. Usually I lose somebody. Inadvertently, somebody dies somewhere while I'm not paying attention or not looking. I think it's a helmet, maybe? I think it's a helmet they give you. Other than that, I don't think you miss out on like any future side quests related to that person or any of that type of thing. Not that I know of, not that I've ever seen. As soon as we get back to camp, money's not going to be a problem. I discussed in a previous video we could sell crystals here, which take a long time, a lot of loading screens, me spending a day or 2 off to the side, just essentially doing that, running back and forth, grabbing crystals, selling crystals. Or going off and doing something, coming back and doing that, maybe a little later. But to get that out of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go sell to Bodan back at camp. And I'll also cover that in a previous one. And that one's more like a glitch, I guess you could say, although it's in all the Dragon Ages as far as I know. They certainly never took it out. They've always left it in there for us. I'm not real comfortable doing that, at least early on, because you get access to an extra copy of all the high-level stuff without having to make any decisions. So what I did was, instead of doing that then, I bought what I had the money for in camp, and then left camp, and essentially Bodan restocks. Especially all the key items, like the tomes, and some Grandmaster level runes and stuff like that. Okay, so I bought what I could, and then left to keep it fair. But going back, I'm going to go ahead and sell with him, because right now my options are to go get the materials I need to make potent lyrium potions, and just sell those by the hundreds. Okay, that's one way to make money. And then I could buy as many, or I could grab as many crystals for free here as I wanted and sell those. Or I can go back and sell with Bodan. It's all going to come out the same either way then. It's not like there's ever a limit to materials that you can sell when it comes to the potions or the crystals or any of that, so it'll all end up the same. So I don't feel like I'm exploiting the glitch now. It's just going to be quickest for the sake of just doing the videos and doing my thing so I can get back to recording and stuff. I think it'd be the fastest, so there you have it. Alright, well that was our zombie apocalypse, and looks like we lost at least Murdoch. I don't know who else. I think they'll tell us right here any key people that we lost. And as far as the people we've lost, I'd like to discuss that for a minute too. Put something in perspective.
Dawn arrives, and we survive the night. We are victorious. And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me. I thank you, dear lady. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour. Surely these people deserve some small celebration, don't you think? There is time yet.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Murdoch of Redcliffe, Mayor and beloved father, we salute you.
You and so many others who have perished here, walk with he who is your maker. Long may you know the peace of his love.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now, we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
Alright, we're going to find out very shortly exactly who and what caused this, but it was essentially some emo person's effort to keep a mage out of the circle. And lo and behold, once again, it comes down to a mage. Alright? Mages doing what they friggin' do every time. If you wonder why Templars abuse mages, because they're sick of shit like this. Alright? So, to keep one child from having to go to the circle, all the children that died here died as a direct result of trying to keep that child out of the circle. Circles are there for a reason. Because this is what mages do. Every time. There's no exceptions. You say, well, the mages in the circle don't do that. Key point. Mages in the circle do that. Although, half of them do also. Alright? But outside of the circle, this is what you get. Now, well, what about Morgan? An exception. She's actually got a head on her shoulders. And as cold and callous as she comes across, mostly due to her upbringing, of course, at least her heart's essentially in the right place, even if she has her own motives. And you might say the same of Vivian in Dragon Age Inquisition, as a matter of fact. Whatever her motives may be, whatever, her heart's in the right place. She's at least fighting for the right side. Okay, but mages in general, this is what you get. And this is all in an effort just to prevent a child from quote-unquote going to the circle. Oh, I would lose my child if they went to the circle. What, you don't think you're going to lose them now? It gets really bad here. I mean, well, we'll see. We'll see here shortly. Just point being made, if this was a court of law, they would all be found guilty. I promise.
I admit, for a while, I didn't think either of us would survive. It's good to see you did. You mean about helping me leave? I wouldn't hold you to that. You've already done so much for us. What do you have in mind?
Well, money's not really going to be an issue here pretty soon, so I'll go ahead and help her out. This is a decision you can import into Inquisition, by the way. Through the keep?
What? You jest, surely. Why not simply throw all our coin into the river? Oh, have it your way, then.
That could get me to Denerim. What would you want in return for such a gift? Thank you. I can never repay this, but I'll think of a way. I swear.
Morgan really doesn't like you doing anything for anyone else at your own expense. It just doesn't make sense to her. All right, we'll get into more of this in the next one. Maybe even talk a little bit about the keep. All right, but for now, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, hit that button over my head for more Inquisition. Click the top, or more Origins. Sorry, click the top box. All my videos, click the bottom box, and I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.